Hi, Patrick here, and welcome to Instant Customer TV. Today, we're going to talk about, is coaching effective? And with us, we have Rod Beaumont, who's a life coach and executive coach, who's going to share with us the answers to some of these questions. So, Rod, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Patrick. I'm really glad to be here this afternoon to share in some of my journeys and adventures.
Looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to hearing all about it. So I thought maybe we could start with the question, what is life coaching?
Okay, well, you've all heard of athletic coaches. We're familiar with great athletes, footballers having coaches. We are familiar with musicians having people that will teach them higher skills. A life coach is basically the same thing, but he or she is a person who helps you empower yourself and reach those hidden goals, those hidden talents that are inside you that you just aren't letting out yet. To give you an example, Bill Gates from Microsoft and Google's Eric Schmidt both have coaches. And the reason they have coaches is because a coach is someone who can be very honest with you, but at the same time, through mutual trust and mutual respect, can work with you to take you from the level you are now to where you want to be. And that's my job.
Sounds great. Sounds great. So why do people come to life coach? What is the motivation, or what is the situation maybe that causes someone to seek out a life coach or an executive coach?
It varies as much as there are different people on the planet, because everybody comes to a life coach or an executive coach seeking something from usually within themselves. They are dissatisfied with where they are in life right now, or they're just kind of fed up of being in the same place, in the same rut, and they're looking to move upwards. And this can be in many different ways. For example, you can have a person who is just starting out at work and needs some coaching on interviewing skills and self-confidence skills. Or you could have someone who is a manager who is seeking a promotion. And there's a common saying, it's lonely at the top. And that's really true, because the higher up you go in a company, the less friends you really have. And you begin to wonder about the motives of the people that are level with you. And you begin to get self-doubts as to who you can trust. And a coach is that person who you can trust, because they will give you feedback that encourages you to make the moves forward and to move yourself to a better place.
Okay, great. Sounds interesting. So why or what can people expect from having a life coach or an executive coach?
Each coach has their own techniques. And so it's best if I describe what I can do for my clients. I have clients all over the world. I don't have to be in the same room with them when I'm coaching them. Many of my clients, for example, have come from all around the world, from Australia, Africa, Asia, from the United States and Canada, as well as right here in the United Kingdom. So I can work face-to-face or via Skype. And I like to really empower my clients. I like to work with them in such a way that after every single session, they come out feeling, I had fun, I'm still really curious as to what I can accomplish, and I'm really excited about the journey I'm on. And to help them along the way, for example, silly little things they might seem, but have you seen this, Patrick? It's a simple Q-tip.
Yeah.
We all know what they're for and what we use them for. But if you take that and take the letters QTIP to quit taking it personally. So you have someone that feels like, well, everybody's against me, or I really can't do this. And you remind them with this simple Q-tip. Just put it on your desk. And every time you see that, just say to yourself, quit taking it personally. And it works. And through my coaching, I have a bunch of toys that I'm able to give corporate executives as well as the average person in the street. And the idea is that by using these, they relieve stress really well. But also they're visual cues that some of the exercises we worked at together, then all of a sudden you go, ask about it, get more information. But I'd like to stress too, coaching is not a dependency. So when I coach my clients, initially I will work with them, if it's a pure coaching sessions, for 3 one-hour sessions. The longest I will really work with a client would probably be an executive client, and that would be for 12 weeks, 1 hour a week. This is not something where I would want my client to become dependent on me for their progress. I'm there as their guide. I'm there to highlight the journey. I'm there to help them move from where they are to where they want to be, and to empower them to unleash their potential. And so when you sign up for a coach, especially someone like myself, we initially have a free session, and based on that, we decide what we're going to do. And normally that would be 3 one-hour sessions. And at the end of that, we evaluate where we're at. Many clients are at that point ready to move on, and they may come back, for example, once a quarter, and just for a top-up session, if you like. And the same with my executives. We go through a structured program where we know how long it's going to take, how much it's going to cost, and we know what the outcomes are going to be. So that's what I offer as a top professional coach.
Well, that's great, and thank you for going through it so thoroughly and explaining the differences, and I really like that with the visual cues as well. That sounds really cool. So I'm thinking maybe people are watching now, and they might, they're in that space now where they do want to move forward. They want to take that next step, and they decided within themselves, I need to do something now. What are maybe 3-4 things you think can help our audience to choose the best coach for them, whether it's a life coach or executive coach?
Coaching, which is one of the main governing bodies, if you like, of coaching in the United Kingdom. You can go on their website, or you can Google for life coach or executive coach, and then find out from the coach what do they have to offer. And look for that initial free session, because it's really important. It's important for you as the client, but it's equally important for me as the coach, because I use that session to decide, do I want to work with that person? Can I be of benefit to that person, or is it not really a good match? And if the coach is very honest with you, they'll tell you, they'll say, you and I, we really aren't on the same wavelength, if you like. But why don't you try this particular type of coach? So try the Association of Coaching. There's life coach directories. If you go on Google, you'll find them. Don't be restricted by geography. Just because you live in Richmond, down in near London, doesn't mean you can't have a life coach that lives in Dundee or New York City, because with Skype you get that interaction. And if you're looking for a face-to-face coach, then go ahead and Google your area and find out who's available and look for their testimonials, because they should have testimonials on their website from other clients. I've been doing this 25, 30 years, and on my website and on my LinkedIn, I do have testimonials, and they link back to the real people so that you can actually go there, find it, and then go ahead and ask that person, you know, you worked with Rod, how was he? So give yourself options and be sure that in that chemistry session, you're comfortable with your coach.
Great advice, and I think pay attention to that and use that advice when you're looking for a coach. So I'm not sure, Rod, if we covered this or not, but I thought it's an important point in case, you know, what can people expect from having a life coach or an executive coach? What can they expect to go through a program?
Okay. Well, initially you have that chemistry session which helps you decide how well you fit. After that, the coach will work with you for a set number of sessions. And between each session, I usually have about a 1-week break, but some coaches or some clients prefer to do it, you know, once every 3 days or once every 2 weeks. But you establish that in the beginning. And then you need to find out, well, what are my goals? What do I actually want to accomplish? And your coach in the first session will help you bring those out. Because most of us already know inside what we want. The problem is taking that first action, taking that first step. And your coach will guide you through a process that allows you to identify and actually see those goals in front of you. And then together with your coach, you will then design your program. Every program is unique. And, you know, for example, if I can give you an example here, my executive coaching clients, they receive a journal. And this journal is designed so that they can keep with it what they're doing. And because it's kind of a nice posh looking thing, they can have it on their desks and nobody really worries what it is, and they can just use it to hang out with. But regular clients can do just the same, and regular clients can have the Q-tip or a Band-Aid. Band-Aids are another one. You know, your bathroom is full of these things that I can use as a coach to help motivate you and remind you where you're heading. So your coach should be someone that is dynamic and fits with you. And above all, both of you need to be honest with each other. The armor comes down. You have to have confidence in your coach, and he will likewise have confidence in you that you're actually going to do what is required. It doesn't just happen in a 1-hour session. You actually have homework. You have to go and practice and do things. But you will see your whole life is changing. From halfway through that session, things will have just changed. And as you come out and you go out into the wild, so to speak, over the few days, you will begin to notice significant changes. And that's the exciting part, because it's your journey. I can't do it for you. No coach can do it for you. It's your journey. You experience the adventure.
That's great. So that's really good. So people are watching now, and they want to get onto that adventure. What would be your approach? And maybe you touched on it a little bit here, but what would be your approach to coaching? Because I know that you've been successful in your practice and in your business and facilitating change and transformation with people. So what is your approach to this?
Really, like I said, Patrick, it has to be hands-on. My clients have to be committed to making that change. I cannot make them change. I can facilitate it. I can guide them. Just like a Sherpa takes somebody to the top of Mount Everest. The Sherpa is not going to put them on their back and carry them to the top of Mount Everest. But what they do is provide them with tools, provide them with great things that they can use. And when my clients come along, that's what I do. Yeah, I've got fun things like the Q-tip, but I've also got other things that just remind them. And my clients, the priority is, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to be curious. And above all, I'm here to unleash all those things inside me that I really want to change and I really want to use to move me forward. And the very first step of that process is action. It is actually going and doing something. And I'd like to put a plug in here, if you like, Patrick, by saying, go ahead, go online, and book your free session with me. Like I said, I have clients all over the world, and I would love to be able to work with you to help you realize that journey and that adventure, because you won't regret it. It's an investment in you.
Great, great. So if you're watching right now and you want to take that next step, you feel that desire within you to move forward in life, and you want to unleash your potential, then Rod here has offered you a free session, and you get all the details here below, so you can go there right now and do that. So Rod, I was going to ask, you already covered it, but a special offer for the audience who are watching, so we already went through that. So you'll offer, if I get correct, you offer them a free session, is that correct?
That's right. All my clients or potential clients get a free, no obligation session. That is our chemistry session. And it usually lasts between 30 minutes and 45 minutes. And it's on Skype, and it is just to do what we've said. Find out whether we're a good match. Can I work with you? Can you work with me? And what is it you want to work on?
Great. So go ahead right now, and you can go to the website below here and apply for that free session and take that next step. Rod, is there any last words you want to say? I think it was a great segment, and you shared some great information with us. Is there any last thoughts or comments?
I would just say all of us have been in that position where we're sitting there going, I wish I could do this. You know, even wishing to win the lottery, you have to take an action. You have to go and buy the ticket. So getting a coach, being successful in life is no different. You have to take the action. You won't regret it. It really will change your life, and it's an investment in you. Thank you.
Thanks, Rod, so much for being here, and you got the website details here, so you can go there now. Okay, thank you, Rod, for being here. Appreciate you taking your time.
Thank you, Patrick. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.